afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Live at 4. Here's what's making news on this Thursday. Beloit police say they've been able to take a wanted felon into custody.
While some people head back to work, they may not have the child care they had before the Safer at Home order. We'll explain.
And Governor Evers introduces a $100 million grant program to help long-term care facilities. Let's take a look outside on this cloudy day. Some people enjoying the lakeside. Dry and mild, the weather words, however. Chris is in the backyard to tell us how long this will last.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though we've seen a lot of cloud cover as we've gone through today, we haven't had any rainfall falling out of the sky. We actually did have a moment where we saw some blue skies there, but that has once again faded on away as the clouds take back over. There's a live look from the station right now. We're seeing a lot of the gray skies out there, folks. That sticks around as we go through tonight and into tomorrow, but I do not expect any rain to come out of the clouds. Here's high-resolution Doppler right now. It's not just southern Wisconsin free, it is the entire upper Midwest that is dry right now. But here's visible cloud track. You see where we had this moment of sunshine coming in from the west, and then we started to see more and more of those clouds start to funnel in from the south, right over Madison and parts of southwestern Wisconsin. So if you work your way towards the east, they've seen a lot more in the way of sunshine. In fact, temperatures were able to be warmer there. Some areas even made it into the 70s, but where we've been underneath the cloud cover, temperatures have been in the upper 60s for the most part as we have gone through this afternoon. But folks, we are going to be watching those next chances for showers and thunderstorms arriving in the forecast. Those will come as early as Friday night. We're looking at a chance for widespread showers and thunderstorms as we move into your Saturday, and more thunderstorms for your entire Memorial Day weekend. We're timing things out and letting you know what you can expect coming up about midway through the show.
Timing is everything, I guess. All right, Chris, we'll see you in a few minutes. Beloit police say that they were able to take a wanted felon into custody on the city's east side earlier today. This followed an hours-long standoff. Rock County reporter Adam Duxter has the latest from the scene.
Well, Mark and Susan, Beloit police say it was around noon today that they got a tip that 28-year-old Fabian Jones was staying here in the 900 block of Gerald Avenue on the city's northeast side. Now, Jones is wanted from a felony incident this past March and is considered by police to be armed and dangerous. Beloit police say they got assistance from Town of Beloit Police, South Beloit Police, and Winnebago County Sheriff's Office, but it took more than an hour to coax Jones out of the house. Police say when Jones did come out, he was holding a bottle of liquor and another unidentified object in his hands, leading an officer to shoot him with a beanbag gun. Police Chief David Zabalski says during this incident, crowds were a problem.
Mr. Jones is a dangerous and often armed individual, so there was public safety concerns, which is why we put out on social media right away for folks to stay out of the area so that we could safely bring it to resolution.
Now, Chief Zabalski says during the course of this standoff, Jones turned on the natural gas inside the house, filling it completely, forcing fire crews to evacuate a nearby home and making sure everyone could get out safely. Tonight, Zabalski is thanking those who were here for their cooperation, but is asking the public to avoid this area of the 900 block of Gerald Avenue in the meantime. In the city of Beloit, Adam Duxter, News 3 Now.
Thank you. To our coronavirus headlines, 5% of COVID-19 tests in Wisconsin were positive within the last 24 hours. That is a 3% dip from yesterday's high of 8%. There are now nearly 14,000 cases and 487 deaths in the state. 17 Wisconsin residents, including one of the organizers of a Reopen Wisconsin protest, have filed a federal lawsuit alleging that local stay-at-home orders are unconstitutional. The lawsuit was filed yesterday in federal court in Milwaukee. It challenges local orders taken in places like Dane County after the Wisconsin Supreme Court last week tossed out Governor Evers' statewide Safer at Home order. Dane County Executive Joe Parisi responded to the lawsuit this afternoon, saying COVID-19 has claimed nearly 500 lives in our state and 94,000 across the country in just a couple of months. We will vigorously defend common sense provisions based on public health guidance.
Wisconsin's unemployment rate has hit just over 14%. That's up from just over 3% in March. It's a level the state has not seen since the Great Depression. The Department of Workforce Development says preliminary employment estimates for the month of April show the state lost around 440,000 non-farm jobs. The national average right now is nearly 15%. Even though many people are returning to work, other companies are letting employees go. go. JCPenney is one of the latest. The 100-year-old company will permanently close 240 stores and likely lay off thousands of workers. Last week, 2.4 million Americans applied for unemployment benefits, bringing the total for the past 9 weeks to more than 38 million.
The Congressional Budget Office predicts that the unemployment rate will remain above 15% through September of this year. When it looked ahead to 2021, it saw the unemployment rate remaining above 9%.
Workers who remain on unemployment will receive less money later this summer. The extra $600 from the federal government is set to expire on July 31st. And those unemployment numbers took their toll on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 101 points, closing at 24,474. The NASDAQ dropped 90. The S&P 500 lost 23.
Governor Tony Evers announces a new grant program funded by the Federal CARES Act. $100 million of funding will go to help support providers most at risk for financial hardship during the pandemic. The money will go to long-term care, home and community-based services, and emergency medical services. During a press conference this afternoon, Governor Evers continued to push social distancing a week after the state Supreme Court lifted the safer-at-home order.
This disease is impacting every corner of the state, and we now have fewer tools at our disposal to help mitigate the spread. That means it is more.
The new grant program will be administered in 2 parts, and there is more information about this on channel3000.com.
UW-Madison has issued an order limiting access to a number of popular gathering spots on campus. Officials say people on campus grounds will be required to keep at least 6 feet apart from anyone who doesn't live in the same household. They're also asking people to stay away from outside areas closed with fences, gates, and other barriers. The rules will apply to the Memorial Union Terrace, Alumni Park, Arboretum, Lakeshore Nature Preserve, Bascom Hill, and other recreation fields and campus lands. Well, with some parents going back to work next week, many of them are left without options for their kids.
With schools being closed and child care under tight restrictions, many are left scrambling now. Jamie Perez looked into this issue today. Jamie?
A lot of these child care centers that we talk about are already in limited capacity, which leaves a lot of parents with little kids at home wondering, well, who's going to take care of my kids when I have to go back to work? And this is something that so many parents are struggling to deal with right now. And there's also a fear that some parents have of not wanting to put their kids back into a group setting due to these ongoing health concerns. Today, I checked back in with the owner of the Yahara River Learning Center. A couple of months ago, she told me that she had to lay off more than half her staff when this pandemic started. She said all but one of her staff members have since returned, and they do have some spots still open for kids, and right now they're doing everything they can to make sure that they are taken care of safely.
We have parents who are not hurrying back, and we respect that. And then on the other hand, we've had parents who have read over policies and our new COVID policies, and they're like, we feel like you're doing everything we can, and we feel much safer putting our children in your hands.
Child care centers are struggling with these new adjustments as well. They have to limit their capacity, like I mentioned, implement rigorous cleaning procedures, and limit their hours to make time to be able to sanitize everything properly. Now, coming up tonight at 5, some local organizations are offering parents some opportunities and options for them. I will have those for you tonight at 5.
All right, Jamie, we'll see you then. Thank you. The U.S. death toll from the coronavirus has topped 93,000, with all 50 states now partially reopened and looking forward to Memorial Day weekend. At least 1.5 million Americans have been infected with the virus. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer got tested for coronavirus as she eased restrictions for medical procedures and retail shops in her flood-ravaged state. Ahead of the Memorial Day weekend, Connecticut Governor Ted Lamont announced residents will be allowed to visit state parks and beaches, but casinos would remain closed.
I talked to my fellow governors. They feel very strongly that this should be put off.
California and Minnesota, some religious leaders plan to hold larger-scale services in defiance of social distancing orders. But churches in the Archdiocese of New York are taking a more cautious approach, planning to open up in phases. A new Gallup poll is reporting more people are joining in gathering in public places, even as a separate Associated Press poll finds most Americans fear a second wave of infections. The Gallup poll also found a spike in Americans visiting restaurants in states that have already reopened dining areas.
The president president told reporters that his latest COVID-19 test was negative before heading to Michigan, where he's touring a Ford motor plant that produces ventilators. Natalie Brand has the latest from the White House.
Ben Carson and Scott Turner.
The president met with African-American leaders in the key battleground state of Michigan before touring a Ford automobile facility that now builds ventilators.
My administration is working relentlessly to rush supplies and resources to these communities and to protect the health, safety, and economic opportunity of all African Americans and all Americans.
The visit comes after the president threatened to hold up federal funding amid the pandemic over Michigan's effort to send absentee ballot applications to voters.
We don't want them to do mail-in ballots. We don't want anyone to do mail-in ballots.
Threatening to take money away from a state that is hurting as bad as we are right now is just scary.
The president says FEMA and the Army Corps of Engineers are now assisting the state struck hard this week by massive flooding. On the economic front, the president says his team had a meeting with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell about another coronavirus relief bill.
We're working on a package of very positive things.
The Democratic-controlled House passed its $3 trillion measure on Friday, but Republicans have called that bill a non-starter.
You may not know it yet, but they will come to the table. Our bill is focused, disciplined, and what is necessary to defeat this virus.
Senate Republicans say they're working to pass an extension to the Paycheck Protection Program for small businesses. They hope to do it by unanimous consent as early as today. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
And President Trump says the CDC will release guidelines for reopening places of worship soon.
A city in central Michigan faces what officials call a 500-year flood disaster, and the governor is now calling for federal aid. The water is several feet deep in much of Midland, that's northwest of Saginaw. It's another severe blow for a state that's reported more than 53,000 coronavirus cases. There's concern floodwaters may be mixing with toxins in containment ponds from a nearby Dow chemical plant, which shut down its operations. The company says there is no risk to people nor the environment.
Due to the amount of water across the county, it will take multiple days to recede.
Around 10,000 people evacuated Midland County as floodwaters rose. There are widespread gas and power outages, and it's still too early for some people to go home.
A suspect is in custody in Glendale, Arizona after a shooting at a shopping complex that left 3 people hurt. Police rushed to the Westgate Entertainment District around 7:30 last night after gunshots rang out. These are screenshots from a video the alleged gunman posted to Snapchat. He said that he was trying to get back at society, and he used what appeared to be an assault rifle to open fire. Video from the scene shows the alleged suspect moving through the parking lot and surrendering to police. Police have asked anyone with video of the attack to turn it in so that it can be used as part of the investigation.
Full House actress Loughlin and her fashion designer husband are headed to prison for their roles in the college admissions bribery scandal. The pair decided to drop their fight against federal charges that could have sent them away for years. Loughlin will serve 2 months in prison, pay a $150,000 fine, and perform 100 hours of community service. Her husband will serve 5 months, pay $250,000, and perform 250 hours of community service. The couple were among 50 people arrested last year, and the 23rd and 24th parents to plead guilty in the case dubbed Operation Varsity Blues. Another high-profile defendant, actress Felicity Huffman, served nearly 2 weeks in prison after admitting that she paid $15,000 for someone to fix her daughter's college entrance exam. Well, still to come at 4, it's back to school for students in Europe and parts of Asia.
We'll find out what's being done to keep those students healthy when Live at 4 continues. We'll be right back after a quick break.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
Social distancing and family quarantines are a jarring reality for kids. It's a big adjustment, so it's important that we adults do what we can to help them navigate this new normal. Encourage your kids to ask questions and give them honest, age-appropriate answers. Show them things that they can do to regain some control. And above all, reassure them that their safety is your top priority.
Now more than ever, SSM Health and News 3 Now encourage you to take time for kids.
Through all the world events since 1930, Surgenians has provided high-quality flooring and service to area homes and businesses. Surgenian's showroom is now open. Come in to see the area's largest selection of flooring options.
I just love hitting the open road and telling people that Liberty Mutual customizes your insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. At Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, we know that no two pets are the same. That's why each of our 5 southern Wisconsin locations is wall-to-wall with everything you and your pet need, including dog food, cat food, pet beds, thousands of toys, treats, and chews, and supplies for your small animals, birds, and reptiles, too. With so many options, finding what you need is easy. You gotta get down to Mounds and see for yourself. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
These are extraordinary times, and we want to thank the extraordinary people in the healthcare community working to care for all of us. At Novartis, we promise to do our part. As always, we're doing everything we can to help keep Cosentyx accessible and affordable. If you have any questions at all, call us, email us, visit us online. We're here to help support you when you need us. Take care and be well. To learn more, call 1-844-COSENTYX or visit Cosentyx.com.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
Welcome back, everyone. As more countries ease coronavirus restrictions, many students around the world are returning to classrooms.
In Europe, early reports suggest that sending kids back to school has not led to a significant increase in infections. They're disinfecting classrooms in South Korea, keeping a safe distance apart in France, practicing their hand washing in Denmark, and having their temperatures checked in Belgium. As children begin heading back to school around the globe, the new normal comes with lots of new rules.
It won't be the same, said 10-year-old Clara in France. We can't give hugs anymore, but at least it can help stop the virus.
The reopening of schools in 22 European countries has reportedly not caused a spike in infections, though some have only been open for just over 2 weeks. More than 1.5 billion students have had their schooling interrupted, according to the United Nations. And while some have the resources to learn at home, others are missing out entirely on weeks or even months of education. Well, CBS This Morning had the honor of announcing the 2020 National Teacher of the Year.
Her name is Tabitha Rossproy, a preschool teacher in Kansas who runs a very unique program. Laura Podesta shows us what makes it so special.
Tabitha Rossproy runs a preschool program in Winfield, Kansas like no other.
She's what every teacher strives to be.
The program is housed in a retirement village and features daily interactions between the children and grandparent volunteers in a way that promotes empathy.
I think the favorite lesson of mine is the love that we get shown to us and that we are able to show to them.
You know, it is the most joyful experience that you can imagine. They come into our classroom, and not only do they get love and connection from the teachers and staff, but they get it from our grandmas and grandpas. They get read to one-on-one every single day, which I couldn't do alone.
Rossproy's program boasts the highest preschool literacy and math scores in the district. And even during the pandemic, she didn't miss a beat.
What I've done is one-on-one video calls with my students and their families, and I have been on a tractor ride. I have seen a kid on a horse. I've been jumping on a bed.
Ross Proy says her students have shown her learning can happen anywhere, not just in a classroom. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
And the Council of Chief State School Offices selects the National Teacher of the Year.
As the 2020 winner, Ross Proy will spend the next year traveling the country as an ambassador for education.
Congratulations to her.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Well, still to come at 4, food banks are in desperate need of fresh food right now.
And some people are turning to their backyards to help out. We'll find out more on that coming up after Chris's First Warn forecast.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping many people with type 2 diabetes like James lower their blood sugar. A majority of adults who took Ozempic reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it.
Here's your A1C.
Oh, my A1C is under 7.
And you may lose weight. Adults who took Ozempic lost on average up to 12 pounds.
I lost almost 12 pounds.
Oh.
For those also with known heart disease, Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as heart attack, stroke, or death.
It lowers the risk. Oh.
Ozempic is not for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Do not share needles or pens. Don't reuse needles. Do not take Ozempic if you have a personal or family history of medullary thyroid cancer, multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2, or if you are allergic to Ozempic. Stop taking Ozempic and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, itching, rash, or trouble breathing. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your doctor if you have diabetic retinopathy or vision changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea or insulin may increase low blood sugar risk. Common side effects are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, stomach pain, and constipation. Some side effects can lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems.
Once weekly Ozempic is helping me reach my blood sugar goal.
Ask your healthcare provider today about once weekly Ozempic. We remain committed to keeping Ozempic available and affordable during these challenging times. With the Ozempic Savings Card, you may be eligible to pay as little as $25 for a 1-month or 3-month prescription.
Hi, I'm Tim O'Brien, owner of the Healthy Place Apple Wellness, and boy, has this been a rough season. We are here for you. We're open. Our wellness consultants are trained in the top immune, lung, and inflammation supplements that are important right now. We have live chat on our website and same-day delivery for our Dane County residents, so you do not need to leave the house. We support you. Stop by one of our 4 Madison-based locations or check us out online at findyourhealthyplace.com.
Take a look at this. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. A tractor trailer hauling 43,000 pounds of pasta overturned in Nashville. Oodles of noodles, you might say, or might not. Authorities had to shut down the on-ramp for crews to clean up the pavement pasta. Not el dente, more like el downtowne, as it happened on I-24 near the city center.
Now that is some outstanding writing there, Mark.
I apologize. To one and all. Well, we have to say congratulations to Chris Reese, the Weathercaster of the Year.
Well, thank you.
Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Award.
Congratulations, Chris, and coming on your 2-year anniversary with us.
Yes.
Timing is perfect.
I know. It's been 2 amazing years in Madison. I'm happy to look forward to many more, and I'm also happy to give you all this full forecast that's coming up right here in just a couple moments. I'm excited for it. There's good news.
Now, a WISC-TV editorial with editorial director Neil Heinen.
We want to drill down a little deeper on the issue of evictions as one of the more vexing consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. Both Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway and Dane County Executive Joe Parisi have made eviction prevention a priority, but there are limits on what they can do. In particular, they can't declare a moratorium on eviction proceedings. The legislature needs to do that. So while the $10 million prevention fund announced by Dane County earlier this week will help, eviction hearings will continue to move forward as thousands of newly unemployed residents find it impossible to pay their rent. The Tenant Resource Center, Catholic Charities, and other advocates need more resources, and we're hoping landlords might find it in their hearts to consider forbearance on rent collections and eviction proceedings. Losing one's housing in a public health crisis is unsafe and unjust.
With Herzing University's Everywhere Classroom, you can earn a degree in today's hottest fields, anywhere, anytime. Take an online course free and get comfortable with online learning. I'm possible at Herzing. Learn more today.
Only your locally owned Cub Cadet dealer has genuine parts, accessories, trained service technicians, and the widest selection of innovative Cub Cadet products. We're here for you whenever you need us, with expert service and support to keep your equipment running at peak performance for years to come. And with great deals available, there's never been a better time to buy at your local dealership. To find the dealer near you, visit CubCadetDealers.com.
Where can a healthier heart lead you? For people with heart failure taking Entresto, it may lead to a world of possibilities. Entresto is a heart failure medicine prescribed by most cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Heart failure can change the structure of your heart, so it may not work as well. Entresto helps improve your heart's ability to pump blood to the body. And with a healthier heart, there's no telling where life may take you. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. Don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto. Novartis thanks the heroic healthcare workers fighting COVID-19.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten.
And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
To the thousands of Herzing University nursing and healthcare alumni, for your tireless commitment, and to all of your brave colleagues across America, we say thank you. I'm possible at Herzing.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Well, we're dry out there today, but we're going to be awaiting the next chance to see some showers and thunderstorms as we go into the weekend. That first chance of seeing showers and storms, that's going to come Friday, but it's mainly going to be overnight and throughout extreme western parts of Wisconsin. By Saturday, pretty much all of the state, it's widespread, all of the state will have the chance to see a shower or thunderstorm as we go through there. But in the meantime, that's going to increase the rain chances for your Memorial Day forecast. We'll see those rain chances on Saturday, rain chances Sunday night. So most of Sunday itself will be dry, and then we'll see some added rain chances as we head into your Monday. Now, you're probably saying, Chris, you just said you had good news. What is it? Well, that's the temperature. Notice how much much warmer they are. We're talking temperatures that are going to be in the 80s, so a summer-like feel is certainly on the horizon for us. In the meantime, here's our setup right now. We have an area of high pressure that's just over the northeastern Great Lakes with an area of low pressure over the Tennessee Valley. Between the two of them, they've sent winds out of the south and east. That southeasterly wind has helped us to be a little bit warmer today. It's also allowed for some drier air right along the lakeshore, so they've seen more sunshine there, even though we've seen the cloud cover. This is going to be the next system that we're watching as we go through time. Watch what happens as this front gets closer to the state of Wisconsin. This is Friday at noon. We'll start to see more clouds overspreading the state, but then as we move into Friday night and then into Saturday, we'll start to see at least those chances for some showers at times. Not a washout by any chance, but by the time we get you into Saturday afternoon and evening, that's when that chance for the showers is to be most widespread. Now, right now, we're dealing with the clouds. Temperatures are at 68 degrees, and it is breezy as those winds continue to come out of the south and east at 14 miles per hour. Here's visible cloud track, though. It's going to make you jealous of folks just towards the east. Watertown, Fond du Lac, Waukesha, full of sunshine this afternoon, and then here we are right on the cusp of where the cloud cover still is. Temperatures are into the upper 60s and low 70s. As we go through the rest of tonight, watch those temperatures cool down into the mid-50s. Tomorrow, it's going to be the low 70s once again. Here's the cloud cover coming back in, though, and then we'll watch early Saturday and mainly into Saturday afternoon for the chance for the showers and the thunderstorms to become a bit more widespread. But we'll see those temperatures really take off and in big ways. 4 days in the 80s, but pretty much all of the days of the forecast at or above average when it comes to your temperature. While, yes, we have multiple days of rainfall, I can tell you that there are more dry hours than wet hours in this entire forecast overall.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thanks, Chris. Well, many businesses are getting creative as they work to stay afloat during the pandemic.
In the United Kingdom, one farm has found a unique way to help their town with special deliveries to the elderly and self-isolating. Max the llama is out of lockdown, and the pack animals delivering packages through the Welsh countryside, doing his part during the pandemic. Matt York is Max's owner. Max makes several trips a week, visiting customers in remote areas to deliver food and also some cheer.
Shopping in the old days was miserable, wasn't it? You know, it's great fun these days, isn't it? Yeah.
They don't charge for the eco-friendly deliveries, but locals have chipped in to support Matt and Max. The llama's popularity isn't limited to their town. The farm says they've had special requests for llama deliveries all around the world.
Oh, I love it.
Well, millions of Americans are turning to their local food banks for help during these trying times.
There is a gardening campaign now to help stock those pantries with fresh foods. Elise Preston explains.
From tomatoes to basil to kale, Sue Reed St. John loves growing her own vegetables and herbs in Vermont, especially during the stressful days of the COVID-19 pandemic.
The fact that we have food in our backyard so that we don't have to go to the store.
This spring, Sue is looking forward to sharing that bounty.
I am going to use Ampleharvest to find the food shelf that's closest to me and then figure out what their donation process is.
Ampleharvest.org is a national nonprofit encouraging gardeners to donate their surplus produce to local food banks. Mike Sutterer is a partner in the group's Grow More, Feed More campaign.
Even if just 1% of home gardeners in the country donate just one grocery bag of fresh vegetables, that adds up to over 10 million pounds of fresh vegetables.
Gardeners enter their zip code, and Ampleharvest.org connects them to one of nearly 9,000 food banks.
In most cases, it's less than 24 hours from the time it's harvested from your garden to the time it's on the table of a hungry person.
Founder Gary Oppenheimer says it's too early to know how much food will be donated, but since the start of the outbreak, nearly 15 million Americans have started to grow their own food for the first time.
The gardeners across America pre-COVID grew enough surplus to feed 28 million people. That new surplus that they're going to be growing will be enough to feed 38 million people.
Sue is delighted her harvest will help others.
The fact that I can grow more than we just need for our little family of 3 is an exciting thing to be able to share in that way.
Sharing not just food, but a helping hand during a time of need. Elise Preston, CBS News, New York.
Ampleharvest.org has been connecting home gardeners and pantries for nearly a decade.
The organization hopes the Grow More, Feed More campaign during the COVID-19 pandemic will prompt gardeners to donate long after the outbreak is over.
Oh, I can't wait to get in the garden.
Great idea.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be right back.
While there's no instruction manual for what we're all going through now, there is Christian and Natalie and all our other associates at Pick and Save, working with one of the country's biggest supply chains for the Kroger family of brands, keeping our promise that our shelves will be continually stocked and that you'll always have access to the things you need. Because together, we've got you covered. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Shop the largest selection of quality furniture and mattresses from the comfort of your home on steinhoffels.com. Right now, Steinhoffels will ship your purchase free to your curb, driveway, or garage. Start shopping right now with a name you can trust. steinhoffels.com.
Creating family memories is what Maple Leaf Landscaping is all about. We design and build outdoor spaces that bring people together. Landscaped spaces for any size family. Functional, beautiful, a place everyone will enjoy. And it all starts with a free visit at your home by one of our landscape experts. So call Maple Leaf Landscaping today and have us create an outdoor living space for your home.
Monona Plumbing and Fire Protection remains open to serve our customers and communities during these times of uncertainty. During Safer at Home, we've got you covered for all your plumbing service needs. Call us for help. We are here for you.
We're back.
We got Untitled food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup. When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit madisonmagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies. I guess there is still cleanup to do.
We know you're worried about keeping your family healthy right now. We're all craving sunnier skies and warmer temperatures. But as we move into spring, you should know our First Warn Weather Team is preparing to keep your family safe during severe weather season. We're ready, armed with the latest First Warn technology and an experienced team of meteorologists. So focus on your family. Your First Warn team has the weather covered, on air, online, and on your phone.
Trust the weather leaders. The First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now and Channel 3000.
Tonight at 5, as the state starts to potentially reopen next week, it's putting parents in a difficult spot when it comes to child care. We'll share some of the struggles, plus some options.
While we should see more clouds as we head into the Memorial Day weekend, temperatures will trend warmer and thunderstorm chances will arrive Saturday. My forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, the pandemic has forced Habitat for Humanity to slow down construction, and that's leaving some families waiting to move into their homes. How the nonprofit is helping tonight at 6.
Here's a cloudy look at downtown Madison on this Thursday afternoon. The good thing is it's nice and warm outside.
Yeah, it is. A little humid, actually.
Just a little cloudy today, but Chris will have a look at the holiday weekend forecast in just a little bit. A new model shows thousands of lives could have been saved if the country had taken steps earlier to lock down. It's an article in the New York Times.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is back with us to discuss this and other pandemic headlines. Good to see you again, Zorba.
Good to see you guys.
So the issue is here we didn't separate soon enough.
Right, and that really is the issue. So these are statisticians out of several universities put together essentially research looking at what would have happened had we actually socially distanced sooner. In other words, separated sooner. And their estimation is that if we had done it, especially in the major cities where the outbreak had occurred, if we had sort of followed the Washington state model in New York City, in New Orleans, in Chicago, where a lot of this occurs, that we would have stayed somewhere between 36,000 and 50 to 60,000 lives. I mean, it's really sort of amazing information that's coming out. If we look at Washington state, where a lot of this really sort of the first time we really recognized we had an epidemic, and we had followed what the governor did there in these other cities, it would have really made a difference. And I think the important thing going forward from this is we realize that social distancing is still important. And even though we're opening things up and we're beginning to get together with people, we still have to look at how close we really are. And once a number of counties opened up in Wisconsin, and I looked at that bar in Platteville that opened up and saw people going together in the bar, hugging each other, beginning next to one another, I thought to myself, this is not really the way we want to open up. We want to open up correctly, slowly, open our circle of friends and family, and then really go from there. But it shows the importance of social distancing because this is a silent enemy. It is a silent virus. It's the true terrorist of our time.
A lot of states that did open early are seeing a rise in cases now.
Right. And we've got to attend to that and then figure out where's the rise, what are we going to do, how are we going to actually do this appropriately, how are we going to get our hair cut and get our haircut not spread it. And we've got, Penny and I have 4 kids. One of our kids lives in Verona. And he made a comment. He said, I don't want to come into your house. I don't want to bring death into your house. And when he said that, it sort of struck me. And all of a sudden I realized he's not just doing it for himself. He's doing it for us because he wants to keep us safe. The older you are, the greater the risk you have. And that's the important thing to realize.
And wearing a mask is more for the other person than yourself.
It's more for the other person, and it's really good hygiene. You know, your mom told you after you're in the washroom, wash your hands. That's the appropriate thing to do. Wear a mask is not a left-leaning issue, a right-leaning issue. It's not a Democrat or Republican issue. It's really protecting all of us, and it's a sign of good hygiene because we don't know who has it, and we want to keep that from spreading to others. And because you don't know if you have it, you've got to make sure you wear a mask. No matter where you go, wear a mask outside. Be a good citizen.
All right, Zorba is going to stand by. We're going to be taking your calls for Dr. Pastor in the next segment. If you have a question, the number is 270-9933. So call now, and we'll take your calls in just a little bit. We'll be right back.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
When America needed us to build, we built. Masks, ventilators, shields. When frontliners needed support, Ford dealers answered. And now we're open and ready to serve you. With exciting special offers and deals across the Ford lineup. Stop by a Ford dealership or go online. We've made it safer to shop, easier to buy. Right now, qualified buyers can get 0% financing for 84 months, plus 3 months deferred payments on select 2019 Ford vehicles.
Are you unemployed or out of work because of COVID-19? If so, the Madison Money Guy wants to help. When times get tough, it's important to review your financial strategy and know all of the options available to you. Hope is the first step on the path to recovery. Let's take that step together. Call Retirement Income Strategies at 608-208-1800 to schedule a virtual visit today. That's 608-208-1800.
Sometimes distance isn't the only barrier between you, your friends, and your loved ones, which is why TDS works tirelessly to provide you with the fastest, most reliable internet so you can stay strong, stay connected, and keep your world together. TDS, the best internet for how we live.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions and check your balance from here. You can detect suspicious activity on your account from here. And you can pay your friends back from here. So when someone asks you, where's your bank? You can tell them, here's my bank. Or, here's my bank, or here's my bank. Because if you download and use the Chase mobile app, your bank is virtually any place. So visit chase.com/mobile.
Don't miss the Smith Brothers Factory Authorized Sale on now. Select from many styles on our showroom floor or custom order the Amish crafted sofa just right for you.
Save big on quality Smith Brothers furniture.
At Wanakee Furniture, ETC.
4-year-old Jamie Madison is all smiles as he yells, "Go me," and fervently rings the bell to signify that he's done with chemotherapy.
Oh.
He was diagnosed with leukemia type B, a cancer of the blood, when he was just 2 years old. Jamie is obviously a tough young man to beat cancer and is now in remission.
Oh, buddy, keep ringing that bell.
Ringing that bell.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right, it's time to get your coronavirus questions answered live. 270-9933, the number to call.
Dr. Zorba Pastor is still with us and standing by. And let's start now with Larry in Cambridge. Hi, Larry, what's your question?
Yes, this has nothing to do with the virus. I've been cancer-free for 4.5 years.
Oh, congratulations.
Yes, and now my cancer doctor called me with a visit by phone because of the pandemic, and I'm wondering now, he said, well, maybe I won't need the PET scan and the other final x-rays because the blood test looked all right. Is that all? Do you think I still have them? Should I have that last test?
Yeah, he's wondering why his appointments are getting canceled now, Zorba.
Well, first of all, I think if your doctor thought you needed the PET scan, your doctor would order the PET scan. And obviously, your doctor at this point thinks we probably don't need to have it done. So I think I'd follow the advice of that doctor. If you have any questions, you want to call them up. There's no absolute number here, but if you've been cancer-free and your doc thinks you don't need it, then you probably don't need it. One of the issues here is we do a lot of over-testing. We do a lot of testing that really isn't necessary for what we have. And now that we've got COVID around, a lot of the clinicians are now using clinical judgment instead of doing unneeded and unnecessary tests. So if you trust your doctor, you got to trust his opinion. And if there's a question, get a second opinion.
All right.
My thought is your doctor probably says you don't need it.
All right, let's go to Maria in Madison. Hi, Maria, what's your question?
My question is, Dr. Zorba, a bunch of us women and ex-nurses have a facility. It's like an assisted living. And there are some people waiting to be admitted into our facility in our homes, our assisted livings. And some of them in Madison and outside Madison nursing homes, they have tested positive. Some are asymptomatic, others are being treated and they've been sent to the hospitals. At what time, even though when we know that they're all healed and over it, when do you think we could have them come to our facilities, into our
Very good. Very good question. I think what we have to do is follow the guidelines. Now, right now, I don't have the guidelines in front of me, but it means anyone who comes into the facility is quarantined for a certain number of days. They have to be COVID negative by the latest test when they do the nasal swab, but they still have to be quarantined for a certain number of days. And those guidelines sort of continuously change. In Dane County, we have guidelines that have been developed, and basically most of the nursing homes and extended care facilities are following them. So that's the answer. The answer is they've got to be isolated when they come in, no matter what the test is, because that's the safest thing to do. The number of days determined by the best medical care and the best numbers at that time.
All right, let's go to Dennis in Verona. Hi, Dennis. What's your question?
I had one of them tests done at the Coliseum. And I wonder how long it takes to get the results back.
Oh, I'm not sure exactly about that. It takes a few days to a week or so. Get the test done and the result isn't back yet. You can certainly try to give them a call, although frankly, they're probably pretty busy about that. Certainly, I would expect the test to be done within a week, but I want to caution you. There's a false positive and a false negative on the test. So if you test negative, it doesn't mean that you don't have coronavirus. It means you probably don't have coronavirus because the tests are not perfect and we're missing a certain percentage. It's either 10, 20, or 30%. So you've still got to social distance yourself from other people.
All right, let's go to Susan in Janesville. Hi, Susan. What's your question?
I want to know if it's safe to go to the dentist.
I'm going to go to my dentist next week and get a tooth cleaning. I think they've got pretty good things. They're following the Dental Society protocols. That's what I'm assuming. You can certainly call them up, but the dentists are really good because they protected themselves from HIV when that came up, and I think they're protecting themselves from the coronavirus. Now, for my dentist, he said we're going to be in the automobile when I come there. Somebody will come out, check my temperature. If I have a temperature, they'll say thank you very much, and they won't see me. And basically, they're going to ask me a few questions. So if you've got a good dentist who's following the protocols, I think it's safe. Call them up and ask them. Make sure they're following the American Dental Society and the Wisconsin Dental Society protocols to make sure you feel safe.
Yeah, they're used to infections and keeping safe. Right. All right, James in Sun Prairie. Hi, James. What's your question?
Yeah, hi.
Go ahead.
Yeah, hi, doctor.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, thanks.
All right, I've been in prednisone for about 22 years now for Addison's disease, and I've been self-isolating and being safe. Sure. And I know I'm high risk, but is there anything else I can do to help me prevent the virus? I mean,
you bet. So Addison's disease is where you're not making enough prednisone steroids, which are in your body. And what happens is you're then put on replacement dose, but still your ability to fight infection is reduced when you have Addison's disease. So the answer is the best thing you can do is self-isolate, be really careful, be scrupulous about hygiene if you do go outside, and that's the best thing you can do. And if you have a problem, call your doctor right away just to be sure the problem may not be another infection which you have to have treated. You are at an increased risk, and that means you've got to take extra special precautions.
All right. Wait for a vaccine, apparently, in the long run.
Right.
All right, Zorba, thank you for your time. Thank you all for calling in. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Zorba.
My
Good
pleasure.
to see you.
Well,
take care, guys.
You
Stay
too.
safe.
Well, the final check of your forecast coming up.
My mom is 81, and I worry about her. So I went online and found the new Lively Mobile Plus from Great Call. If she ever needs help, she can just press the button. And with the Great Call Link app, I'll get an alert right on my smartphone if she does contact 5-Star.
With the fastest call response time, they'll assess your situation, confirm your location, and send you the help you need.
Now more affordable with 50% off for a limited time. AARP members get an exclusive discount on select plans.
Only Steinhoffel sells more Tempur-Pedic than anyone else. And right now, get $300 in Steinhoffel's cash with any Tempur-Pedic. We are Wisconsin's #1 Tempur-Pedic retailer.
Raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I solemnly swear that I will support the veterans of the
United States Armed Forces.
I will defend the Constitution
against all enemies. That I will commit
to ensuring they are
not forgotten. And I will obey the orders of the President of the United States.
And I will enable veterans to live the same life of opportunity
they have provided me. So help me God.
This is our home. We've never seen it look quite like this.
But there's no mistaking it.
And it's our job to protect it.
Because the best people to fight for our communities
are those within them.
So if you've just bought a Volkswagen, or we're thinking of buying sometime soon, we're here to help with the community-driven promise.
News 3 Now, your local headquarters for coronavirus facts and updates. A local nonprofit helped them become homeowners, but the COVID-19 crisis is making it tougher to keep up.
We're concerned about our finances. Where's everything going?
News 3 Now's Chris Stanford explores the challenges facing nonprofits and the people they serve. Tonight at 6.
Hi, folks. Friday morning, Hattie's going to let us know when to expect rain during the Memorial Day weekend.
And spaced out seating is just the start. We'll tell you about the changes coming to a movie theater near you as they get ready to reopen.
We'll see you 4:30 to 7.
All right, as we go through the rest of today, look for clouds to stick around. We'll see those overnight lows falling down into the mid-50s. We'll see a little bit more sunshine returning by the time we get you into the weekend, along with chances for scattered showers and thunderstorms popping up as we move into the afternoon and evening. So things are quiet right now, but a little bit of an unsettled pattern is going to shape back up as we head towards your holiday weekend, but that's all right. There's plenty of dry hours too as temperatures return into the 80s, guys.
It's been a while since we've seen 80s, that's for sure. All right, coming up tomorrow on Live at 4, health officials are reminding you not to be afraid to seek medical help if you're not feeling well.
And we'll go behind the screens with Michael Bruno to check out Forward Theater's virtual production, Sundays with Forward. That's coming up tomorrow on Live at 4.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
At Mounds Pet Food Warehouse, we know that no two pets are the same. That's why each of our 5 southern Wisconsin locations is wall-to-wall with everything you and your pet need, including dog food, cat food, pet beds, thousands of toys, treats, and chews, and supplies for your small animals, birds, and reptiles too. With so many options, finding what you need is easy. You gotta get down to Mounds and see for yourself. Mounds Pet Food Warehouse powers them all. And don't forget your free Mounds candy bar.
These are extraordinary times, and we want to thank the extraordinary people in the healthcare community working to care for all of us. At Novartis, we promise to do our part. As always, we're doing everything we can to help keep Cosentyx accessible and affordable. If you have any questions at all, call us, email us, visit us online. We're here to help support you when you need us. Take care and be well. To learn more, call 1-844-COSENTYX or visit Cosentyx.com.
We're back.
We got Untitled food.
Oh, good. What a treat after a long week and no cleanup.
When you can't dine in, then get it to go and support our restaurants during Madison Magazine's Restaurant Week to Go. 2 weeks of fabulous to-go menus you'll love. Visit MadisonMagazine.com for details and menus. Restaurant Week to Go, presented by Kesnick's. Food service design, equipment, and supplies.
I guess there is still cleanup to do.
Kopke's Greenhouse is open and here for you, even during these difficult times. Shop our expansive facility for veggies, herbs, flowers, houseplants, and much more. Kopke's Greenhouse. Stay healthy, stay green.
We know you're worried about keeping your family healthy right now. We're all craving sunnier skies and warmer temperatures. But as we move into spring, you should know our First Warn Weather Team is preparing to keep your family safe during severe weather season. We're ready, armed with the latest First Warn technology and an experienced team of meteorologists. So focus on your family. Your First Warn team has the weather covered, on air, online, and on your phone.
Trust the weather leaders. The First Warn Weather Team on News 3 Now and Channel 3000.
In today's Final Touch, we have a very special reunion to show you.
Just about nothing could keep a Spanish man from the beloved pet donkey. Nothing except a nationwide pandemic. Oscar Fernandez spent 2 months in quarantine, and while he only lives about 20 miles from his pet donkey, Baldomero, that was far enough to keep the two apart. But that's all over now. And the reunion, well, it was just as emotional for Baldomero as Fernandez. Clearly, Fernandez's concerns that his pet would not remember him were immediately forgotten. With that reaction, his brother took care of the donkey while Fernandez was in quarantine. Almost brings a tear to your eye.
That's a happy way to end the day.
It is a happy way. There they are. All right, that's our time for now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here again tomorrow. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.